Shalom Chaverim, it's Rubisa. This week's parasha is called Korach, and Korach is the name of a man. A man who lets his feelings get really big and get in the way of anything good happening. And that feeling that gets so big is jealousy. So before I tell you about Korach, I want you to think about jealousy for yourself. Probably the best way to think about jealousy, the place where it's most raw and the most real, is jealousy between you and someone in your family. I think that is the biggest feelings of jealousy, but you might have it somewhere with a friend or a classmate or a coworker, but that they have and you want, and it's not fair because. And that feeling happens. And it kind of happens a lot. And the Aseret HaDibrot talks about it. But the question is, when does that feeling get so big? Right? Think about when it happens, sibling, how it feels to you, and what you do about it. So we have Korach. He looks at his cousins, Moshe and Aharon, and he lets this jealousy feeling get really, really big. And I say he lets because ultimately we're in control of our feelings. We have to do things to calm ourselves when they get really big in any direction. And Korach doesn't do that. Instead, he builds and builds it until he has 250 people joining in his jealousy emotion. And they say, "Who are you, Moshe and Aaron, to be in charge? You guys are nothing. You're not so special. Look, we're special too. You shouldn't get to be the leader. Look, me, Korach, I'm great. You, no." And this is an interesting thing that happens in jealousy and in relationships of pushing someone down to build us up, right? I don't feel good about myself, so I'll squish you to build me. Squish, build. I always say, when you compare yourself to others, you will never find true happiness. That is what Korach is doing, comparing himself to Moshe and Aharon. He sees that they are at a greater place than him professionally, and maybe in other ways too, but that's his perception. Moshe Aaron up here, Korach sees himself as down here. He wants to push them down to push himself up. And he does. He does try. And he says, "You're not so great, you're nothing, look. And he tries to get everyone to join him in squishing Moshe and Aharon down. He says, "Why'd you even bring us out of Egypt? That was the land flowing with milk and honey, and now we're stuck in this wilderness. What were you doing, Moshe? Why would you even put your brother in charge?" Right? And just throwing hate out of jealousy at Moshe. Okay, so if you're filled with jealousy and hate and pushing someone down, it's not going to lead to success. And it doesn't for Korach. To make a long story short, that you should really read it in the parasha because it's fantastic, Hashem does something amazing. And Moshe tells him to do something that's never been done before. And the Almighty opens up the earth in a big hole and swallows up Korach and all of his jealous, angry followers. And he warns everyone else to get away first. He, Moshe, and he, Hashem, because jealousy will eat you up from the inside out. And that is what happens, right? The earth swallows Korach and all of his people, all of his followers. Okay. We said at the beginning, you do have jealousy sometimes. The earth is not going to swallow you whole today. I'm pretty sure of it. But the question is, what do you do when that jealousy feeling gets big? How do you not become Korach? How do you not get swallowed by your jealousy, if not swallowed by the earth? The bottom line is, and Moshe even tries to tell Korach this, Moshe is Moshe, Aaron is Aaron, Korach is Korach, and you are you, and you are an amazing you. And Hashem made you with purpose and with a plan. He made everyone else with their own purpose and their own plan. But you need to do you, and you're going to do you better than anyone else can do you. And you will never be as good as someone else in them being themselves. So take some time to think about how great you are and what makes you special and unique and those gifts that Hashem gave you and how you can work to perfect those gifts, to work on being better and improving yourself. Because they like to say the story in the name of Rav Zusha. But in general, when you, at the end of your amazing life, stand before Hashem, He's not going to ask if you were Moshe Rabbeinu or if you were Aharon the Kohen Gadol. He's not going to ask if you were your brother or your sister. He's going to ask if you were the best you could be, because He made you to be amazing, not to compare yourself to others, not to try to squish others down to build yourself up. He made you because you are fantastic just the way you are. Don't let jealousy or anything or anyone else take that away from you.